all you guys, I love you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Shakespeare for Little Dreamers. My name is Gigi.
And this is her co-host, Hudson.
Yeah.
And we have some special guests.
Yes, we have some special guests today. We have our cousins. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Reggie. You can also call me
My
Reginald.
name is Rueben.
You can also call me Reginald if you want.
And you are Hudson.
And what is your name?
I'm Rueben.
We have Reggie and Rueben tonight joining us on Little Dreamers, getting ready for bedtime.
Oh.
We are so excited to have you all here tonight, Reggie and Rueben. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
And I'm so excited that's your first day of doing a podcast.
Yeah, I wish I could do this more days.
On episode 1 of our podcast, we met two best friends named Hermia and Lysander. They went for a walk to think about a problem, and they ended up getting lost in some mysterious woods. Tonight, we're going to meet two more friends, and guess what? They're headed into those same woods too. But before we get ready with the story, let's start with our word of the day. I think we should let Reggie join us in our word of the day. Yeah. Hudson, what is our word of the day?
Our word of the day is adventurous.
Great job. The word is adventurous. Rueben, can you try to say adventurous?
Adventurous.
Awesome. Reggie, can you tell us what adventurous means?
Adventurous means when you're curious and you go somewhere.
Good job, Reggie. High five. High five. Adventurous means being brave and willing to try new things, even when they might be a little bit scary or different. Have you all ever did anything adventurous?
I have.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
What have you done adventurous, Reggie?
Well, me and my mom a few days ago went to I think it's a Bible museum where you came to look at Bible stuff from the Bible.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing adventure. What about you, Hudson?
One day I went to a birthday party and I hanged on the ceiling and it was pretty scary.
You did the skywalk in the ceiling
And
at the birthday party.
And it was so scary, but then I tried it out the next time. When I was done, I felt much safer, but I was scared when I was in the sky.
How do you guys feel when you do a big adventure?
Well, I just get more adventurous and get more curious and ask my dad and my parents about what's going on and stuff.
In our story tonight, our friends are going to be very adventurous as they go into the forest. Let's listen for that word, adventurous. Hudson, are you ready for chapter 2?
Yeah, and when you're adventurous, you can boop your nose.
Boop your nose.
Say, wiggle your fingers.
Or you can wiggle your fingers. Yeah. Or you can just smile really big when you hear the word adventurous. Okay?
Okay.
Reggie and Rueben, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready, Mommy?
I'm ready. Okay, everyone. Let's find out what happens next.
Chapter 2. Into the Forest.
Meanwhile, the next morning, the same morning that Hermia and Lysander went for their walk, a boy named Demetrius was having breakfast with his family. Demetrius loved exploring and meeting new people. He was always curious about everything. His mother smiled at him across the table and said, "Demetrius, we have something exciting to tell you. You know our friends, the family who lives on the other side of town? They have a daughter about your age named Hermia. We thought it would be wonderful if you two could meet and become friends." Demetrius loved the idea of making a new friend. He asked his mother if Hermia liked to climb trees or play games. His father laughed and said he was sure Demetrius would find out soon enough. He had heard that Hermia was a wonderful child, and he thought they would get along very well. Demetrius could hardly sit still in his chair. He was so eager to meet his new friend and see what adventures they might have together. He asked if he could go right away. How do you guys feel when it's time to meet a new friend?
When it's time to meet a new friend, I mostly kind of feel like three feelings. Happy, nervous, or scared.
Happy, nervous, and scared?
Those are all reasonable feelings to feel when it's time to meet someone new.
That's how I sometimes feel. I felt scared.
He asked if he could go right away. His mother told him to finish his breakfast first, and then he could walk to Hermia's house. Demetrius ate as quickly as he could, though his mother had to remind him to chew properly and not rush. When his bowl was empty, he hugged his parents goodbye and headed out the door into the bright morning. The air was fresh and cool. Demetrius walked down the path toward Hermia's house, feeling very adventurous. Boop your nose. Wiggle your fingers. He wondered what games they would play together. Maybe they would explore the gardens or build something amazing. Maybe they would invent a brand new game that no one had ever played before. As Demetrius walked along, lost in his excited thoughts, he heard someone calling his name. It was his friend Helena, running toward him. Helena had been Demetrius's friend for a very long time, since they were both very small. Demetrius waved to her and called out that he couldn't talk for long because he was on his way to meet someone new. Helena caught up to him. A little out of breath, she asked where he was going in such a hurry. Demetrius told her all about Hermia. He explained that their families wanted them to meet and become friends, and he was very excited about it. He said he might have a new friend to play with and go on adventures with. Helena smiled and said that sounded nice, but inside her heart felt heavy. She and Demetrius had been friends for such a long time. They had played together nearly every day since they could remember. And now he seemed so excited about meeting someone new that he barely seemed to notice Helena was even there. Helena suggested that maybe she and Demetrius could play together today instead. They could do all the things they usually love to do. But Demetrius wasn't really paying attention to what she was saying. He was already looking down the path, thinking about meeting Hermia. He told Helena that he really needed to go because he didn't want to be late. And just as he said that, Demetrius saw something surprising in the distance. Two children were walking together toward the edge of the forest. One of them might be Hermia, but she was with another child. Demetrius wondered out loud if that could possibly be her. Helena asked who he was talking about, and Demetrius explained that he thought he saw Hermia going into the woods with someone. He felt confused. He was supposed to meet Hermia today at her house. Why would she be walking into the woods? And who was that other child with her? Before Demetrius could move toward the forest, Helena started talking again. She tried to tell him how she was feeling. She explained that she felt like he didn't notice her anymore, that all he could think about was meeting Hermia, and that they had been friends for so long. The words poured out of her as she tried to help him understand. Demetrius did try to listen. He really did. But he kept glancing toward the forest where he had seen the two children disappear into the trees. His mind was spinning with questions about where Hermia was going and why. By the time Helena finished speaking, Hermia and Lysander were long gone, deep into the mysterious woods. Demetrius told Helena he was sorry, though he didn't fully understand why she seemed so upset. He said he really needed to go find out where Hermia had gone. Then, without waiting for Helena to respond, he started walking quickly toward the forest. Helena stood there in the path, watching him hurry away. Her heart ached. She had tried to tell him how she felt, but he had been so focused on Hermia that he barely seemed to hear her. It felt like she was invisible to him, like she didn't matter anymore. But then Helena had an idea. It was a brave idea. Some may even say an adventurous idea. Boop. Wiggle your fingers. What if she followed him into the forest? Maybe if she went too, she could help him search for Hermia. Maybe then he would notice her again. Maybe he would remember that they were friends and had been for a very long time. Helena took a deep breath and looked toward the dark line of trees. The woods looked mysterious and a little bit scary. Her parents had warned her many times to stay away from there. Strange things happened in those woods, they said. But Helena was determined. She didn't want to lose her friend. So, feeling very adventurous, indeed, Helena started walking toward the forest. She stayed far enough behind Demetrius that he wouldn't see her, but close enough that she wouldn't lose sight of him. Demetrius pushed through the branches at the edge of the woods and called out softly for Hermia, asking if she was there. The forest was cool and shadowy. Strange sounds echoed all around him. There were birds calling to each other, leaves rustling in the breeze, and something else. Something that sounded almost like tiny bells tingling, or maybe laughter. Demetrius walked deeper into the woods, looking carefully for any sign of Hermia and the other child he had seen her with. Behind him, staying hidden among the tall trees, Helena followed quietly. And behind both of them, unseen and unheard, magical eyes watched from the shadows, bright, curious, mischievous eyes that belonged to creatures Demetrius and Helena didn't even know existed. The forest was filling up with visitors. 4 children, all wandering deeper and deeper into the mysterious woods. And the fairies who lived there were starting to notice. And that is the end of Chapter 2 of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Now it's time for the closing meditation.
An affirmation.
Let's take some deep breaths together. Breathe in slowly through your nose and out through your mouth. In and out. One more time. And out. Now, close your eyes and imagine you're on an adventure. You're walking through a beautiful forest with people you care about. Even though you might not know exactly where you're going, you feel brave. Being adventurous doesn't mean you're never scared. It means you're brave enough to try new things anyway. Sometimes friends have troubles or misunderstandings, just like Helena and Demetrius. But that's okay. Friends can work through hard times together. Take another deep breath. Feel how safe and cozy you are right now in your bed. Now, let's say some affirmations together. I will say the affirmations, and you will repeat after me. Little dreamers, you can say them with us. I am adventurous.
I'm adventurous.
I am brave.
I'm brave.
I am a good friend.
I am a good friend.
I can try new things.
I can try new things.
I am noticed and loved.
I am noticed and loved.
I can be patient with my friends.
I can be patient with my friends.
I am safe as I explore the world.
I am safe as I explore the world.
I am calm and peaceful.
I am calm and peaceful.
Hermia, Lysander, Demetrius, and Helena are all in the mysterious woods, but they don't know that magical creatures are watching them. Next time on Shakespeare for Little Dreamers, we'll meet those magical fairies who live in the forest. They've been watching our friends, and one mischievous little fairy named Puck is about to cause some very silly trouble. Sleep well, little dreamers. Thank you to our special guests, Reggie and Rueben, for joining us tonight. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, little dreamers.
Good night, little dreamers. Have sweet dreams.